Good morning, everyone. Good morning, healthcare heroes. Good morning to our community and those watching today. I'm Nicole Traum, and this is Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. And I'm happy to share with you today on this Thursday. So as we've been moving through our week, we've been exploring different ideas of mindfulness. And one of the things that I wanted to start with was, because I say the word mindfulness a lot, but maybe we don't really have an idea of what that really means, right? There's kind of like this ambiguous idea out there of what it means to be mindful. And this is the definition that I go by, and I think it really does help, and it helps us to find a way of kind of coming in and finding some stillness, some peace. The goal of mindfulness is not peace, right? But it is to find a way to be steady with what we have. So mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the moment without judgment. So think about that. Paying attention in the moment on purpose without judgment. That's like a lot to do, but it also is something that you can ease into, right? Something that you can start with in little ways. So starting with something like this, where you're taking a few moments to just sit and contemplate, to move and breathe, being present in that moment helps to allow you to become more mindful. And mindfulness just helps us on so many levels because it helps us to deepen our emotional IQ or emotional stability. It helps us to be there for others, but also to really deal with what we've got going on. So it's important, especially during these times, to tap into those places of mindfulness in our lives. So we'll start here by just taking a moment to pay attention, all right? So paying attention means it's okay if you have other thoughts come up. It's okay if there's a distraction, right? But just acknowledging all those things so you start to get comfortable in the here and now, in the present moment, with your body, however it's feeling this morning, right? With your breath, however even that's feeling. And then with even your thoughts, because sometimes our thoughts are just like all over the place. And I think sometimes we feel defeated when we try to meditate or become more mindful because of that. And that is part of the practice. So as you turn within this morning, you can keep your eyes open or you can soften them and just take a few moments to take in what's around you. If you want to kind of rub your feet against the floor, rub your hands on your legs, just let yourself start to notice what it feels like to be in the present moment and start to pull all those pieces of yourself, all those thoughts, all those things that are kind of like all over the place. Start to pull them in to this present moment, letting yourself breathe. And if you want, you can close your eyes and just start to notice all the things around you, whether they're sounds, if they're near or far, and then even any sensations. Like right now, I can feel the air conditioning on my skin. I can feel my shirt laying over my arm. Maybe you can feel your chair underneath you or the floor underneath your feet. And then start to bring your attention to your breath. And even though the goal is not just being calm or finding Zen, a lot of times when we allow ourselves to become present, that is a natural byproduct. So that's a good part of this mindfulness practice. So as we move this morning, thinking about bringing yourself back in, and that last piece, letting go of judgment, that's a really hard one. Because sometimes when we close our eyes, all those little things that we want to critique about ourselves come up. So let yourself soften into that. All right, so we're going to inhale here and reach those arms up and overhead. Exhale as you lower your arms down. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Starting to deepen your breath a little bit. So big inhale, stretching up. Big exhale as you lower the arms down. Okay, let's do 3 more like that. Inhaling and exhaling. If you want to close your eyes, if that helps, then do it. Inhale and exhale. We practice mindfulness in little pieces so that it starts to become part of our everyday living. All right, so now as you inhale, bring those arms up, and we're just gonna exhale the right arm down, the left arm up and over, stretching into your side body. That's it, good, and then come up and over to the left. Good, just breathing here. Side body nice and long. Good, come back through center, reach up and over to the right. Let your movement even be mindful here. Feel the sensations, allow your breath to meet you where you are. Good, and then coming back up and over to the left. One more time to each side. So coming back through center, reaching up and over to the right, stretching up through your side body. Good, and then coming back and up and over to the left. So just feeling yourself stretching here. You can bring your hands back behind you now and interlace them, or hold on to a towel or something if you can't reach, and just start to roll your shoulders one at a time onto your back. Practice that mindfulness. One good way to bring yourself back is to notice that spot where your breath first meets your nose. That's a good way to kind of bring yourself back to this moment, back to your body. Notice that sensation as it moves in through your nose, as it moves back out. Good. And then coming out, roll your shoulders onto your back. Good. And we're going to come up to standing today. So what we'll do is we're going to come to standing. So if you can move your chair, or whatever you're using here. You can use the wall. And we're gonna start with our right foot forward and our left foot back and come into a lunge. So stretching out, you can straighten your front leg and bend it a few times. Make sure your front knee doesn't go forward of your front ankle. That's it. And then keep the bend in your front knee and just start to lift your chest, lift your heart. Get a big stretch here. If you feel steady here, you can take your right arm or your left arm up, whichever one, and just stretch. See if you can straighten your back leg, pull the belly in, take another 2 breaths here. That's it. Good, and then come on out, and we'll come back to a down dog. We've done this one before. So holding onto your chair, walking yourself back, letting your legs go long and straight. Your arms, you're making an L shape with your body, and just wag your tail here, moving side to side. Let your head go down in between your arms, so your ears and your arms line up. And then we'll come back up and just step the left foot forward now. So coming back into that lunge, bringing your back leg back, good, bending the front knee, and then just start to straighten and bend into your front knee. Getting that nice wake up to your legs, letting yourself be mindful even here, letting yourself be present. Good. This next time as you bend your knee, keep it there and just start to look forward. Lift your chest, lift your heart. Maybe add 1 hand. Maybe add 2 hands if you feel steady. But let yourself breathe here. That's it. Keep breathing. Back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Belly pulls in and up as you extend tall. Take another deep breath here. Perfect, good, come all the way back and let's go back to down dog again. So hands on your chair or on the wall, walking yourself back, moving your hips side to side. Shake your head yes and no. Breathe all the way up behind your shoulders. That's it. And then we'll walk ourselves back in. Pull my chair and slide it right back. And then come back and take a seat and just kind of notice how that feels. You can take a moment here to close your eyes or soften them and just come back to your breath. Noticing your inhale and noticing your exhale. You might even feel some warmth moving through your legs. As we just stretch them, we just started to bring a little bit more blood flow there, a little bit more life. Good. And then take your right arm up, there we go. Bring it back behind you. So maybe it's behind your head, your neck, all the way up behind your shoulders. Good, and then take your left arm up and you're gonna press your left hand into your right elbow. And then press your elbow right back up into your hand. So you get this nice tension starting to build. Let yourself breathe here. Sit a little bit taller so belly can come in. And then just lean up and over to the left. So just feeling that stretch here. You can lean your head back. Feel yourself breathing up underneath your right arm. Good. Take another 2 breaths. Remember to notice what it feels like here. To be in this body right now, this current state of your body. Good, and then come on out and just stretch your arms out. You can move your head side to side. Good. Good. And then we'll come back through center, lower your arms, move them out a little, wiggle your fingers, stretch and hug the fingers in. And then we'll do the other side. So you're gonna take your left arm up now, bring it back behind you, press your head back, good. And then take your right hand to your left elbow. So as you press down with your hand, you're gonna press your elbow right back up. Create a little resistance. Feel it start to fire up. It might even start to get warm. And then reach up and over to your right. So you're gonna feel a stretch all the way up underneath your left arm, all the way into the side body. Lean your head back. Good, and then take 2 more deep breaths. If you're working on your computer a lot, this is a really good one to do as a little break, just to kind of bring a little bit more blood flow, a little bit more oxygen throughout the body. Stretch your arms out, move your head side to side. Good. And then come all the way back through center and just roll your shoulders back. Feel your shoulders moving onto your back. Perfect. And then the last thing we'll do here is just move our head in a slow circle. So just noticing where there's tension. And that's one thing that our mind is really good at, right? It's good at finding things that don't feel good. And this is where the judgment comes in. So when you start to judge yourself like, oh, my neck hurts again, right? Or oh, whatever it is, see if you can soften that towards kindness instead of judgment, instead of self-judgment. Because when we start to practice that kindness towards ourselves, we talked about this yesterday, then it starts to be a little bit easier to practice it towards others. If we're constantly judging ourselves in our mind is going to be really apt to judge other people. So change the direction of your circles. And that's where mindfulness starts to kind of move into all the different areas of your lives, right? As we start to become more mindful with ourselves, it moves into our relationships, even into our connection with people we don't know, right? Just people that you may encounter throughout your day. All right, and then come back and take a comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. So you can have your feet on the floor, you can sit cross-legged, you can do whatever feels nice. I want you to feel like you can sit up nice and tall. So if you're sitting on a chair, you can kind of pull your seat back a little. So bring your hands back behind your seat to sit up a little bit taller and find that really nice posture so that now you can really turn within and see if you can go a little deeper now. So start with your eyes open, little soft gaze, taking in what's around you. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. With your next exhale, you can close your eyes. Begin to notice all those things around you. Let yourself be present on purpose. You can notice the sounds. Maybe even notice any smells. Maybe you can smell coffee this morning. Notice the way the air feels on your skin. Even notice any light that's around you as the sun's starting to come up. As you check in with your body now, just begin to relax your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Feel your back body. You can even lean into your chair here for a little extra support. The back of the ribs softening, your hips releasing. Softening all the way down into the chair. And then coming back to your breath, noticing the place where your breath meets your nose. Letting yourself be present on purpose. And as those little bits of self-judgment come up, acknowledge them and let them just be. Just let yourself keep going. goal of our meditation, yes, is sometimes to find peace, right? But it's to be able to sit comfortably with what we've got going on in our lives, acknowledging it, accepting it, no matter what the circumstances are, breathing with it. Maybe even coming up with ideas of how to deal in your current situation through this process of softening. We'll take 3 more deep breaths together. Just letting yourself be present on purpose, letting go of the judgment, feeling yourself softening. And then slowly bringing some movement back to your fingers and to your toes. You can blink your eyes open. And then bring your hands back in front of your heart. Feel your hands as they press together. And let your shoulders move on to your back. So we honor this practice. We honor that we can connect with what we have, with who we are right now. And as we close, we bow. I bow to you. Namaste. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Nicole Traum with Lee Health's Healthcare Heroes Self-Care Moment. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Friday's edition at 6:40 a.m. Otherwise, you can catch us on the replay. Thanks, guys. Bye.